So Jaimee, tell me, what led you to actually do something about it? It's one thing to sit on your couch and lament. It's another to actually form a group and grow it as you have.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is hurting us just as much as, well, it's hurting us a little less than kids, but we're right up there. This is just, ideology is so destructive, and the backlash is happening against all of us within the community, including the majority of us that just want to live our lives at home and leave everybody alone, most of which children. So, back in June of 2022, I was seeing the onslaught of videos like everybody else was of these inappropriate drag shows with kids involved, with them almost nude and dancing very sexually. I saw the material in the schools. I saw children being told they should permanently medicalize themselves, sterilize themselves, and have their healthy body parts cut off. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had a bit of a platform prior to that. I was online as this online personality under the name The Gay Who Strayed. I had built up over 200,000 followers, and I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I can't have this platform and not try and do something, because I knew I wasn't alone in feeling this way. And I have a lot of gay friends and even trans friends, and I just got them all together. I said, hey guys, I'm starting this thing called Gays Against Groomers. We got to, have a unified voice to fight back against this. And it just skyrocketed. Ever since, I've been trying to play catch up because it just exploded.
Mm-hmm. So Chris, when you talk to people who are in your group, describe the average member of Gays Against Groomers.
Sure. The average member of Gays Against Groomers, I would say, politically speaking, is probably moderate to maybe a little bit right-leaning, but we do have left-leaning people within our organization as well. I think the main thing is that we have lots of people within Gays Against Groomers who are just simply tired of all of this stuff being done in our name. We're very sick of it. And like Jaimee alluded to, we realize that it is making us look bad. Now, here's the other thing, as far as all the other people within Gays Against Groomers. One thing that I love about it is we've got people from all walks of life, all sorts of different professions, that sort of thing. I'm just kind of an average Joe myself. But we've got former military members and things like that who are chapter leaders. And so we're definitely a very varied group. People like to try to pigeonhole us, but they can't, because we are actually pretty diverse.
Oh, I'm sure you're about 30 seconds away from being labeled a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center, some alt-right, gay rights hating, whatever group. But that's par for the course. So I looked online and I saw you guys in an online fight having some of your employees come forward and say, hey, I'm a Joe Biden voter, so get off my case. It's not all right wing. You got people on the left, you got people on the right, but they're shared in their mission to stop this. Jaimee, what do you make of the fact that every time I see a trans group complaining that trans activists have the worst activists of any group, I see GLAAD joining in with them? What happened to GLAAD? What happened to Human Rights Campaign? That was another one that used to be about gay rights. And now they've got this, I don't know what she considers herself, non-binary or gender fluid. I have no idea what the woman is who runs it, but she's not she's whatever, part of the quote queer crowd. She's lecturing us about the trans issues and not at all caring about the gay issues anymore.
Right. Well, I think it's kind of it kind of goes hand in hand with how you see our original pride flag. Now this triangle of trans and all kinds of stuff is cutting through it and erasing gay people. And I think that that's kind of happening in society and with these groups in general, these radical alphabet organizations that were started for gays and lesbians to advance the cause of, equality, which we achieved. It's sad, for me personally, I don't think the LGB and T should have ever been lumped together just because one is, being gay or being a lesbian is who you love, and being trans is about who you believe you are, your identity, and they really aren't related, So I don't know. I think that these people saw that the money was drying up after we won our rights. We actually won that battle. And as far as I'm concerned, we should have all packed it up and gone home and just got on with our lives. But there's no money to be made off of that. So now they're trying to keep us, and use trans people and make up the myths like there's a trans genocide happening, which obviously is not true, to keep the oppression train going, because that brings in the money.
You've got some weird things happening, of course, in school. We've discussed that many times, what they're teaching, allowing transitions at school, and then the child goes back to his or her normal gender when they go home, and the school helps cover it up with the parents. I told the audience a couple months ago, we moved to Connecticut, and now we just finally are getting our new pediatricians. And the pediatrician said to my kids, okay, next year, they're still on the young side, but next year, we're going to send mom and dad out of the office and we're going to have a one-on-one talk with you. And I will probe further before that actually happens. But I think it's to talk about sex. Like, are you doing it? Is there, so they don't want mom lurking there, so that maybe the kid could actually say so and be educated on what the risks are. I'll find out. But there's just today in the news a guy who found out the hard way that his pediatrician had a totally different agenda. It happened right in front of his wife, and he posted this online. I thought of you guys. It's SOT25.
I just pulled over to do this video because I'm literally on fire right now. I just got off the phone with my wife, who took my 9 and 7-year-old boys to the doctor today to get physicals for tackle football and school next year and all that other shit. My 9-year-old son went in first, and the first thing this woman asks him is if he identifies as a boy, a girl, gender fluid, or non-binary. My son, he's never heard of any of that shit before. You've been dealing with him your whole life. He is clearly a boy's boy. So what are you, trying to plant a fucking seed in his head? The only thing I could be thankful for is that my wife took them instead of me. And props to my wife, because she said something. And if she didn't, they would have asked my 7-year-old son the same damn question. This shit is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, Chris. And this guy's not alone.
Right. Well, I kind of have a little bit of personal theory on some of this stuff. I think that the gender theorists and the queer theorists, and you would think that queer theory is like something that would be gay friendly or something because they use the word queer. Well, it wasn't. I mean, in my opinion, this was a Marxist push, and they were looking for the gay community to be their new revolutionaries. Well, gay people, like Jaimee alluded to, for the most part, I'd say the vast majority of us, when we got our rights, we packed it up and went home. But they didn't like what we were doing, that we wanted to assimilate into society, that we wanted to get married and those sorts of things. That's not what they wanted from us. So I really do think that now a lot of these people who have been captured by this ideology, whether they realize it or not, some of them probably don't even realize what they're doing, but they're happy to recruit new members, and this is one way of doing that.
I want to tell you about the amazing extreme altitude wines from the Bonner Private Wine Partnership. These flavors go great with any hearty meal and meat that you are likely to have or serve. They're unlike any wine you've ever tasted. Blackberry, leather, smoke, little dark cherry. The wines are almost impossible to get on your own. The producers deep in the Andes Mountains make limited quantities. And now I have a great offer for you. If you visit bonnerprivatewines.com/MKS, that's BONNER privatewines.com/MKS, you'll not only get wine for over 50% off, 50, plus free shipping, you'll also get a bonus bottle of small batch limited production wine from their exclusive wine cellar. That's 4 bottles for the price of 3. It's a deal that is hard to turn down if you are a wine lover like I am. They've cut out the middleman too, so you're not going to pay a big markup. Just visit BONNER privatewines.com/MKS to claim your bonus bottle and become a part of America's most unique wine club. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.